What's up, everybody? Yeah. Got a little tongue twisted. What's up, everybody? It's The March. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm just gonna review something about wrestling again. I'm not gonna go too in depth with their show from last night, but again, because I don't watch the show anymore, I just, look at recaps and I watch reviewers. JD from NY, check them out. If you're a wrestling fan. Yeah, so I just wanted to go over a little here and there. Now, I've heard that in the beginning of the show, Cody Rhodes started off the show. And I guess they're building his first title defense for Backlash that's going to be in France. I believe it's going to be in France. But, yeah. Another overseas show, because that's how they do these mid-card events. They try to present them as something bigger, even though they're just mid-card events. But I guess he's going to have his first title defense there, and they had, from what I understand, I believe, 2 triple threat matches last night. And I believe the winner of both matches would go on next week and face each other. And the winner of that match goes on to Backlash to face Cody. I believe one of the matches, I can't remember who was all in the matches, but I know Santos Escobar and Bobby Lashley and I forgot who else was in that match. If anybody's a wrestling fan, let me know. But I know, I believe either AJ Styles or LA Knight, because fast forward, those two will be going one-on-one again and basically a rematch from WrestleMania for the number 1 contender spot for Backlash. So it was, but I can't remember which one was in which. But I know it was AJ Styles and LA Knight added to both those matches. So, like I said, fast forward, I do believe maybe we could see AJ Styles probably go over it this time, because honestly, you don't want to beat AJ Styles twice with the same guy that just beat him last, was it Saturday or Sunday? I forgot which. No, it was Sunday. Yeah, the match was on Sunday. So, it's plus, I don't think you want to put, LA Knight in that predicament where he loses again. He loses the big match, because this is Cody Rhodes' first title defense. You're sure I don't see them taking the title away from Cody already. Cody just won the title last Sunday, so I don't see him this past Sunday, so I don't see him losing right away. But I can definitely see AJ Styles getting his win back next week against LA Knight. And because I don't think they're going to do a babyface versus babyface especially when you have 2 stars that's so over with the fans, and Cody Rhodes and LA Knight. So I don't see, I don't see it. But for those that don't know, that's LA Knight's catchphrase. Let me talk to you. Yeah. But yeah, I don't see them doing Cody Rhodes and LA Knight. Although I do believe that would be a good match. Just that two mega baby faces right now, I don't see them doing it. But I could be wrong. We could be saying LA Knight and Cody Rhodes at Backlash. But I think it's gonna be AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes at Backlash. But that's my opinion. That's how I feel, how it's gonna be. Another thing I wanted to talk about, I'm actually gonna let the video play out, and we're gonna talk about it in the end. It's the bloodline situation that's could be boiling up right now with the bloodline civil war, as they like to say right now. So we're gonna watch that and talk about it. It's just a highlight, so it's like 8 minutes long, so I'm not gonna show anything because I can't show it. But we're gonna watch it and go over it after. So,
ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman.
Hall of Famer.
Tonight, by orders of the tribal chief,
Hall of Famer.
the
Paul Heyman.
bloodline offers
Well deserved.
no excuses about what happened at WrestleMania. We don't blame John Cena. We don't blame The Undertaker. We don't even blame Jey Uso. Ladies and gentlemen, accountability is a very big word on the island of relevancy, and your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, has ordered that we accept accountability. At WrestleMania 39, what happened? Roman Reigns entered the ring focused. Roman Reigns entered the ring strategic. Roman Reigns entered the ring unemotional. Cody Rhodes took his eye off the ball for just 1 second. He was distracted by Solo. Admittedly, that's Cody Rhodes' fault for not preparing for Solo to distract him. And what happened? Just like that, your tribal chief took advantage and successfully defended the title. At WrestleMania 40, Cody Rhodes flipped the script on Roman Reigns. What did Seth Rollins say? Seth Rollins is a visionary. Seth Rollins told the truth. Seth Rollins said to Cody Rhodes, I will be your shield. The one piece of unfinished business in Roman Reigns' life. So when Roman Reigns had a chair in his hand at WrestleMania 40, and he could have smashed Cody Rhodes with it. Legal, bloodline rules.
I did watch that.
He didn't. Why? Because after 10 years.
I did watch that. He was in the middle of, for anybody that didn't watch it, or if you did watch it, he was in the middle of the ring. Cody was on one side. Seth Rollins was on the other side. He had the chair. And he could have, honestly, if he still wanted to do Rollins, he could have hit Cody first. And then went back to hit Rollins. That's what messed Roman Reigns up. Because he went to go hit Rollins first and not Cody. And that's what made Cody, get refreshed enough to capitalize on Roman Reigns' distraction, which that's what he's about to, Paul Heyman's gonna say.
Of waiting for revenge on Seth Rollins, for waiting on revenge of that betrayal in and of the Shield, Roman Reigns gave in to temptation. Roman Reigns was distracted by his lust for revenge on Seth Rollins. He took his eye off the ball. Cody Rhodes was prepared. Cody Rhodes was strategic. Cody Rhodes was focused. Cody Rhodes was ready. And like that, it was over. Ladies and gentlemen, your new undisputed champion is Cody Rhodes. But like a phoenix rising from the ashes, your tribal chief.
Solo.
Losing and winning matters, right? So there's consequences to losing, right? Right?
Right.
So that means consequences need change.
Before I continue, I just want to say, like, when they split the whole Usos up and and having this match at WrestleMania, which to me was a disappointment. I felt like they could have did that match so much better. But that match was a disappointment. But I feel like this whole split did so much more harm than good for Jimmy. I mean, when Jay went away, they put Jay on Raw and split him away from Jimmy and the rest of the bloodline, he went on to do better things. He was a baby. He turned into a babyface. I mean, it was a rough start for him, being around people, being around, all the people that he was basically against, like Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, people like that. But then, after a while, it was all good, and he became, main event Jey Uso, even though he already had the moniker of main event Jey Uso while he was in the bloodline, because that was given to him by Roman. I believe it was given to him by Roman. I don't know. I'm not sure. Y'all correct me in the comments if you want. But, yeah, that whole split did more harm than good for Jimmy, because it was like he just became a loser after that. Like, it really felt like Jimmy can't do it on his own without his brother. Jimmy couldn't do it on his own without Roman and the rest of the bloodline. Even though that was just Solo and Paul Heyman, if you want to add Paul Heyman, even though he's just the console. I was gonna say advocate, but he's just the wise man. But I do feel like this just proved that Jimmy needs his brother. Jimmy needs his cousins to be, relevant. Because if Jimmy was to be on his own, like if Jimmy was to turn on his brother back at SummerSlam and then didn't even get back into the bloodline, just went on his own, it probably wouldn't have been good. So that's why they put him back into the bloodline, even though it didn't make no sense at all. Because, I mean, if you think about it, he went back. If you go back and look at the promo that him and Jay went before WrestleMania, he was like, "You left the bloodline. I didn't leave the bloodline. You did." But wasn't it Jimmy the one that super kicked Roman back at Night of Champions last year? Was it Night of Champions or Clash? No, it was Night of Champions, yeah. Wasn't it Jimmy that did that? Jay didn't do that. Jimmy did that. So therefore, he left the bloodline first. So, my bad. I'm just somebody seen a Snapchat notification. But anyways, yeah, Jimmy left the bloodline. So, I don't know. But let's get back.
Oh my God, wait, do you know who that is?
That's Tama Tonga!
That's the son of Haku, who has been wrecking shop in Japan for years!
Well, now he's wrecking Jimmy Uso!
Is this Jimmy's punishment?
I hate when they do that.
Failure at WrestleMania! Samoan spike to Jimmy Uso.
Merciless treatment of your own brother. Tama Tonga, that's how it goes forward.
Tama Tonga, I think that's what they say his name is. Again, y'all correct me in the comments. Thank you. But yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about because I can see it all happening. You know, with the debut of Tama Tonga. Again, y'all correct me in the comments if I got it wrong. I'm sorry. And now he's involved in the bloodline. And I also watched, it was a short though, it wasn't the full segment, but it was a short where Paul Heyman came out of the trainer's room, and Kayla Braxton was waiting for him to get, you know, updates on Jimmy Uso. So where they started it off, where Kayla asked him, you know, how is Jimmy doing? And all he was doing was just shaking his head. And then all of a sudden, the camera zoomed out, and then Tama Tonga walked in, and he just looked at him. And Paul Heyman was just like shaking, he was just shaking. And then all of a sudden, he just said, that was an order that was an order made from the tribal chief. And then Solo walked up and he looked at his thumb, because he does the Samoan spike. His thumb was taped because he does the Samoan spike. So he looked at his thumb, and he looked back at Paul Heyman, and he just smiled and walked off. And then Paul Heyman looked back at Kayla and said, what the hell is going on? So my theory is Roman did not make the call. Because if you heard what he said, Solo said, losers deserve consequences for losing, basically. So here's my theory of who ordered this to happen. I'm thinking it was The Rock. I'm thinking The Rock made the orders. Because if you go back to Raw, he said, you know, I beat you at WrestleMania. You beat Roman, but I beat you. He didn't say it like that, but basically saying, yeah, you beat Roman, but I beat you the night before that. Which he did beat him. So, and Jimmy lost to his brother, Jay, in the brother versus brother match. So, Solo attacked Jimmy for losing his match. Here's what I think is going to happen. The Rock, because The Rock said that he wants Cody when he comes back from, I guess he's going off doing a movie or something for the next couple months or so. So he's going to be away probably till SummerSlam. And then that's when the match, I guess because there's rumors that the match with Rock and Cody could happen at SummerSlam, but then there's other rumors saying that the match could happen at WrestleMania 41. Why wait that long to do that match? Now, I'm not saying that they can't hold it off, but if you want to do Rock and Roman finally at 41, then you can do Cody and Rock at SummerSlam in Cleveland this year. And you could start building up towards The Rock and Roman. And the reason why I say that is because The Rock, like I said, he could come back, get his match with Cody at SummerSlam. And then all of a sudden, Roman comes back on the same night of the match at SummerSlam, just like he did 4 years ago when he came back at SummerSlam in 2020. He could do the same thing, come back at SummerSlam this year. Cost The Rock the match, but not attack him. Just cause a no contest, or it'll probably be bloodline rules with The Rock because he's the final boss. So it'll probably be bloodline rules. But I mean, if I know what happened in the past in WWE with no disqualification matches being a no contest, I hope that doesn't happen, because this isn't no longer the Vince McMahon era. This is now the Paul Levesque, Triple H era. So hopefully they don't do that. But they could probably somehow do that, where Roman comes out of nowhere and stops the match from continuing by attacking Cody. And then we start getting the cracks. Oh, we're starting to get the cracks now. Or Paul Heyman could get another phone and get in touch with Roman. Roman finds out, and then Roman comes back and attacks The Rock at SummerSlam during his match with Cody. Probably won't help Cody, but he'll stop The Rock from winning the championship. And we're going to have bloodline with The Rock, and we're going to have bloodline with Roman Reigns. And The Rock's bloodline is going to have Solo, is going to be with Solo, Tama Tonga, and maybe, because I know Jacob Fatu is rumored to come in, and the other brother of, I think he's the brother of Tama Tonga. But yeah, so Jacob Fatu would probably be on Roman's side. And the other person, I forgot his name, but somebody tell me that in the comments. But the other person will be on the other side. And then Roman would be, of course, he'll be with Roman because he's the tribal chief. So that's what's going to happen. And that's when, and as far as Jay's concerned, I don't know if they're going to probably put Jay back in the mix, saying that Roman is probably going to be a face, but still be the Roman that we had recently, seeing that he won't be the nauseating, annoying Roman Reigns from the past. He'll be still Roman Reigns of today. Excuse me. Just a babyface. And The Rock's bloodline. And it's going to be 5-on-5 or 4-on-4, depending on who's on what side. And there's your war games. There's your men's war games. Bloodline, Roman's bloodline versus The Rock's bloodline. And I mean, The Rock's name now, the final boss. He's named the final boss for a reason. Roman, before this past Sunday night, We'll even add Cody to the mix because he did beat Cody last year. Roman has beaten everybody he's come across. Yes, he had help from the bloodline most of the time, or if not all the time, but he still beat everybody. And both my lights went out. My tripod lights. But both Roman and I lost my train of thought. But, you know, he's beaten everybody he's faced. So, it's only right for him to go up against his cousin, the final boss. It all makes sense. The tribal chief versus the final boss at WrestleMania 41. So that's how I feel like the story is going to be brought to us. It's going to start up at SummerSlam, or it's going to really start at SummerSlam if Roman doesn't find out beforehand, or if he does find out and he comes back, that we'll get it. And that's how it's going to be. At least that's how I feel it's going to play out. I think a lot of people feel that way as well. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. It's a little over half hour now. I don't want to go over that. But yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. And that's how we're going to get The Rock and Roman at next year's WrestleMania. And I also had a theory of, well, if you want to do The Rock and Cody at WrestleMania and still do Rock and Roman at WrestleMania because it's 2 nights. But I doubt if The Rock wants to wrestle 2 nights. I mean, especially if both matches are probably going to be over 40-something minutes. Because that's how much I believe the tag team match was. The tag team match was like over 40 minutes. So I don't think The Rock would want to do that. Even though I could see that happening. But I don't think he would want to wrestle both nights. So Rock and Cody at SummerSlam. And then we start to build up the bloodline against bloodline at War Games. And then we build up after that The Rock and Roman at WrestleMania 41. Simple as that. Easy. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. That's all I wanted to say. You know, that's all I wanted to bring up. But seems to be good. Even though Roman is no longer champion, he's still considered the tribal chief, even though he's no longer champion. And they're continuing this story. This time the story is within the bloodline and not the bloodline against everybody else. It's now a civil war. You know, they had a civil war match back then where it was, you know, the Usos versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. But this time now it's really going to be, and now with The Rock involved and other members that's going to be added to the bloodlines, or both bloodlines are going to be involved. So we're in for a good story, I hope. Like I said, with The Rock involved and Paul Heyman's mindset still involved. Triple H's, I'm pretty sure he has a little bit of say in it. So, this is going to be great for television. But yeah, in the meantime, I hope everyone has a great day and will continue to have a great day, and stay safe, stay blessed, stay positive. Know that God loves you and I love you too. It's the march. Peace.